My name is Dwayne Dixon. Some of you may have seen me before.
Some of you stay here. Some of you are willing to put your shit down.
You know, clearly I wouldn't have done it if I thought that, you know, I wasn't within my rights and within the law. That's not really my style to go outside the law particularly. So that was my background, and you know, I graduated. I taught at Duke for 3 years, and I teach at UNC now in Asian Studies, and I teach a really wide range of things within that. But at the center of it, as an anthropologist, I'm really concerned about people. Like, how do people make sense of their lives, right? And I was really concerned about what was happening on those military bases I grew up on, what I saw happening in my own family, right? Like within our own doors, like what was the kind of feeling, the emotional tenor, the expectations for masculinity, for myself? Like what were the things that were actually happening to us and to me as an individual? So, you know, this has really shaped my own experience, and when I discovered Redneck Revolt and I read up on it, I've always been around guns, so that as a sort of practical thing was fairly easy to accept. Having fought Nazi skinheads, having seen the way Nazi skinheads will move in on people and attack someone who's marked as queer, a woman, Puerto Rican kid, like someone's gonna have to step in. However I'm built, right? My Christian ethics, the understanding like you just don't let people, you don't stand by and let other people get hurt, right? And that's just how I'm built, right? That's my ethical imperative, and however I as a person am wired, my personality, and that's a choice that I make and have made, right, throughout my adult life. So when I discovered Redneck, I was like, oh, this is something I can get behind. One, it's non-sectarian. I'm sick of vanguardism. I don't need to hear people tell me a party line, like this is how we get things done. But I also say, I'm not really thrilled to be on the streets of Durham with a semi-auto rifle, right? That's never my desire. I'd much rather do the things that we're accustomed to doing, which is taking space, showing that we as a collective can actually look out for one another. But I also recognize that we perhaps are in a moment where we might need to talk about other kinds of tactics. So hopefully we'll get to that later in this afternoon, but I want to turn it over to someone else that might want to talk. Jeff, Dan, Randy? All right. I'm not concerned particularly in the sense that somehow my reputation is besmirched, because I think standing up to the KKK and standing up to fascism are things that all American citizens should take as basic tenets of our shared communities. Officer Kelly, the deputy who drove me to the booking center, to the jail, was, you know, really warm, and we had good conversations. I had no enmity towards people who were just doing their work. That's fine, you know. And I'm also doing what I thought was my job as a citizen, you know. That's up for debate. But I'm happy to have that debate.